I got the horse right here. The name.
Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Eds, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Saturday, May the 23rd races at Hastings. We do have 7 races on the Saturday program, 8 on the Sunday, and weather's supposed to be absolutely awesome.
We have yet to hit a sloppy track.
No, I know, it's fast tracks all year.
Yeah, we've had 8 fast tracks, and Monday was no exception. Monday was a great day at the races. Our handle was very strong.
Just missed a million, which is great.
Literally a hair under a million. It was like 995,000. There's 2 stakes races on the Monday card. We had one for the older boys, the Strawberry Morn for the older girls, and the John Longden 6,000 for the older boys. We're going to have a look at that race. The Strawberry Morn.
We'll start with the girls for the Saturday show. We'll start with the Strawberry Morn. Field of 6, going 6.5 furlongs, and Hollywood Miss with the blinkers off.
Yeah, I was just
going
to mention that. Yeah. They took the blinkers off her, and that was a good move because she did relax much more. The other horse who ran a big race in here is the horse that goes with her here is Arabella's Muse. She's back to her old self, isn't she?
Yeah, no, she looked great. They set a leisurely pace. It was not a taxing pace at all. I think the opening quarter was it's coming up
22
now. 22 and 4 or 22 and 3. It's actually, you're right, 22 and 3. Rather beautiful. The winner of the Brighouse Bells on opening weekend is sitting the nice pocket.
She was kind of boxed in, though. She didn't. I don't know if she ever got that comfortable.
Ole's Miss was laying a closer fourth, and just she had a bit of a wide first turn, but the fractions are pretty kind for Hollywood Miss.
Yeah, I think she gets a 46 here in the next one, 46 flat. And that's more like it. The last race she ran, she went extremely quick under Aaron Greider. Mm-hmm. They had the blinkers on, and she just kind of sold out and went for it, and went in like 44 and change or something crazy, and that was too taxing on her. Today she gets the 46 half, and it's these 2 races.
What a battle!
Her and Arabella's
all 3
Muse.
of them. Well, there's only 3 at the top of the lane, really, but these 2 fillies are Hollywood Miss and Arabella's Muse kind of separate themselves, and Arabella's Muse they kind of drifted out a little bit late, and then came back on. But Hollywood Miss did get the money for the North American Thoroughbred Company. Tom. It was trying to think of the other partner.
Greg Hopper, Russell Morrison.
Russell Morrison. That's right. They all. Of course, they've had great success buying horses out of the mare Masqueretta, who was bred by the White House Stables on Vancouver Island. So, and David Lopez, of course, Troy Taylor. Congratulations to Hollywood Miss as they just outgame Arabella's Muse and rather beautiful in this year's renewal of the Strawberry Morn, named after the great Strawberry Morn. Once again, another island
connection there.
Yeah, that's right. Aubrey and Jenny Roberts owned Strawberry Morn because they lived on in Campbell River and still do, but
and trained by the great Hall of Fame trainer
Alan Jack, our good buddy. All right, Phil. There's 7 races on the Saturday. We'll get into the Saturday program, Drew, and we got some $4,000 claimers to kick it off. Non-Where's the 2 Lifetime going 6.5 furlongs. I don't have a clever pick out here other than the obvious number 6. Why is the rum gone? Narrow loser to Cowboy in Command last time. The time was good. And
Cowboy Command came back and ran a good one too.
Ran a really good race, you're right. And Fashionista is my second pick. Just because there's a rider change there. I think this horse will be more prominent early. I don't think the horse really likes being covered up in behind horses. Might need to route, I'm not sure yet, but still that looks like the second best horse for me on paper because it looks like it's going to be an easy pace. I see Why Is the Rum Gone getting the lead. I see the 1 sitting second. Those should be the 2 that run in the exactor. Oscar Award, good enough to win here, but needs pace presence. I just don't think he's going to get it. I put him in for 3rd. I went 6-1-3.
I got the same horse. It's not a lot to add. Why Is the Rum Gone ran a very big race against Cowboy Commander, as we mentioned, who came back and run good, so he's a logical choice here. I put Oscar Award in second just because, as you mentioned, he needs something to run it, but he was very unlucky to lose that last one. He could be moving on to his non-3 condition. He just missed, and Jeff Birmingham re-rides for Bruce Unwin. Part owner was Susie Radatsky, our good friend Susie in the bar.
Bartender in the George Royal. Yep.
And I put Fashionista in 3rd. I mean, those are the 3 horses. I just flip-flopped them a little bit, but Why Is the Rum Gone is my top pick. I went 6, 3, and 1 in the first. On to the second, Maiden, 4,000 for 3-year-olds and up. And I went to the 3-horse here, Secretarian. I'm not sure about this pick. This is a race I had a bit of trouble with, but they paid $100,000. Speaking of Masqueretta, this is a half.
I know, 2 Hollywood Miss. And
half brother to Hollywood Miss and Ukashata,
Hello Frankie, a whole bunch of them.
There's a lot of runners
in here. They're all nice horses, but Secretarian, unfortunately, Masqueretta will not be talking a whole lot about.
I'm not going to have that picture up in her
And the
trophy
name
room.
too, Secretarian. That's kind of a tough one. Yeah, that didn't work out.
But the drop down to 4,000. I mean, they thought enough of her. At least to start at $16,000 level. She didn't have the best trip that day. So I'm going to give her another shot at the $4,000 level. David Lopez rides for Hall of Fame trainer Troy Taylor. The second spot I put Fixed Bayonets. He's probably going to be your favorite. Decent run behind Typhoon Taylor, who absolutely ran away and hid from them.
Speed went
in the $8,000 level. He drops in for 4 now and gets Pedro Alvarado, so he figures to be prominent early. And the third spot, the one that Hamill chose, this is kind of an interesting one because Hamill picked Cash Solution over Fixed Bayonets, and Cash Solution hasn't shown a lot yet, but Mike Anderson sure has. He's off to a very good start, so I put him in third. I went 3, 5, and 1.
Yeah, I've got the same. The same 3 picks. I agree. Secretarian probably will like the distance change. This will be the first mile in the 16th race of the season as well. Not facing a whole lot of competition. Secretarian should win the money. Fixed Bayonets probably will definitely like the distance change. And the 1-horse Cash Solution goes blinkers off. That might help. Blinkers off can change things in a horse. The work tab's been decent, as you mentioned, for a hot barn. So I agree totally with Drew. I went 3, 5, and 1. In the second, on to the third race, our first 2-year-old race of the season, going 3.5 furlongs. Got a full gate of 9 of them. And I've gone to the 9, Texas Alley Cat. Really not a great pedigree
not the
here.
wise guy pick, but
they got a great pedigree. The mare was very fast, classic Alley Cat.
Multiple stakes winner here.
Could run fast.
Blistering, fast.
Yeah, always set fast fractions. Trained by Elizabeth Stolzenberg at the time, but Texas Wildcatter was a really nice horse as well. But look at the work tab, just excellent. Drew nicely in gate 9. That's a great post. You want to be kind of the middle out at this 3.5 furlong distance. Usually you get loaded last. There's some positives to being on the outside.
And if you break bad, you're not buried.
You're not covered up or anything. You still got a shot to slingshot into the far turn and make your presence felt. But I'm going to go to the 9 Texas Alley Cat. Put the 3 Valid Val for the Canmore Farms and Mark Cluche. Excellent works here. Good pedigree. I think this horse has got to be pretty live. And the 4-horse Roses for Grace. I put that one in for third. Kind of a sneaky pick. Nice filly by Rosberg out of the ballerina winning mare Grace for You. Didn't cost a pile of money at the sale. I kind of lured Pedro Alvarado to the saddle. So this leads me to believe that he's been on the horse. Pedro's so good at getting horses out of the gate. And I'm sure he had his choice of horses in here. And this horse has got some sneaky good works for trainer Dave Dahl. And I think this horse could be perhaps live as well. I went 9, 3, and 4.
I have some of the same horses. I put Texas Alley Cat on top. As you mentioned, the mare was good. Very good 2-year-old barn. Troy Taylor's horses always come out of there running.
They've been going since November. Yeah. And that's why they're so well prepared in May. And
I think 5 of the last 6 years, Troy Taylor's won the first 2-year-old race, and I look for him to repeat that. The second spot, I went to Our Benita Rose out of the Pat Jarvis barn. I like that. Yeah, that 35 and 4 out of the gate. That's a very nice gate work for a young horse, and I went with this Daughter of Storm Victory. It's funny, there's 5 girls in here and only 4 boys. But I did put Our Benita Rose in the second spot just because of the works, and Pat Jarvis does good with 2-year-olds as well.
Very good.
And the third spot, I put Valid Val, the horse you mentioned. Ole Nielsen bought this horse at the Keeneland sale last fall, and very well-bred son of Broken Val. The works are good, and very top outfit. So I went him in third. Her in third, I should say. 9, 2, and 3 for me in the 2-year-old race. The third, going 3.5. On to the fourth, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-olds and up. Going 6 1/2 furlongs. And I went to the 3 here, Lookout Dubai. Very game race last time against London and Brother Chunky. That's a much tougher race.
Right.
I think he's probably going to get the lead here. Mark Buchanan's very good on speed horses, and I think he gets the lead, and it's come and catch me if you can. I put the 5-horse Lucky Molly Minor, 2 very good runner-up efforts. Since coming in from Phoenix, he won in Phoenix, and he's coming here. He's ran 2 in these non-winners of the year, these 5,000 hours a year. Got beat a head or a neck by Wise Boss, and a good second behind a well-meant Where's Henry last time. I put him in the second spot, and Burnaby Baron drops to an all-time low in for the 5,000 non-winners of the year. Again, a very well-bred son of Rockport Harbor. He should have a bit of the back class. He's won for hire last year. This is a good spot for him, and he lures Richard Hamill, who rides him back for trainer Phil Hall. I went 3, 5, and 1.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have a lot to add. The 3-horse Lookout Dubai should get the lead. Had to go with I Don't Roll on Shabos last time. I Don't Roll on Shabos came back and won. I know the horse did drop, but at least this horse had pace pressure. that day. I just don't see Lookout Dubai getting a lot of pace pressure. Way better draw. This horse should get a more comfortable lead and be very dangerous.
And he comes back and works a snappy half mile in 47-1. So that's
this horse is run well for Brian. So I got to put Lookout Dubai on top. I put the 1 Burnaby Baron in the second. I just flip-flopped your next two. I put Burnaby Baron on the class, drop in for second, and the 5 Lucky Moly Minor. I thought that horse's best chances were to get them in the first 2 starts because the horse had been winter raced.
Because he was fit,
And the other horses are catching up now, so this horse is live as well. But just if you had to nitpick, I put the 1 horse Burnaby Baron. I went 3, 1, and 5 in the 4th. On to the 5th race. Started your late pick 3. Maiden 12-5 fillies and mares here, going 6.5 furlongs. And I've gone to the 4 horse Right to Appeal, taking the big class drop, ran a good 3rd behind Flare Miss for Maiden 2 bits.
Yeah.
Cuts her price in half for 12.5 for Greg Tracy, a high percentage outfit. Gets Pedro. This horse has got to be pretty salty in this spot. Put the 7 horse Xenia, a rails run on a track that coming from off the pace that was really favoring speed. Horse did lose a photo for second, but still I think this Richard Hamill jumping on board certainly won't hurt. And I put the 5 horse Storm and Tizzy for Craig McPherson. And this horse was actually scratched at the gate. It couldn't get it in the. And this is the one that couldn't get in the gate.
Yeah, she would not.
Absolutely wouldn't load, but and was scratched a week or so ago. But I put that one in for 3rd. But Right to Appeal's the horse. I think that's probably a key in your pick 4s, or at least.
He's kind of
if you play 2, you'd play 4 and 7.
All signs are pointing to her.
Yeah, if she runs that race back, she's going to be tough. I went 4, 7, 5.
I don't have a lot to add. As you mentioned, top barn, Greg Tracy attracts Pedro Alvarado. He's probably going to put her on the lead. She was near the lead last time in a tougher race with Flare Miss and Blended. She looks like the horse to beat in here. Xenia, what I really like about Xenia is Hamill taking over.
Yeah,
Hamill's gotten red hot lately. He won 4 on Monday, and Richard Hamill really starting to roll, and I like the move to Xenia. So for that's a reason I think she moves forward quite a bit. And third spot, I went with the 3 Canmore Farms, another one they bought out of the Keynote September sale back in 2013. Bred by former governor of Kentucky, Bretton C. Jones, who's bred some nice horses we've had around these parts. Well, around everywhere, but we have had a few bred by him here at Hastings. And brother Derek, top connections, well-bred, first-time start in for 12.5. I'll take a shot on daughter Derek in the 3rd spot. I went 4, 7, and 3 in the 5th. On the 6th, very nice. We got quite a few allowance races this weekend. Good. This is a good one. First condition allowance for 3-year-old fillies. And I went to the 5 Meg Geary. I thought she could not have been more impressive in that maiden special weight opening day. Rockport Dancer, a nice filly, ran second to her by 7. I thought Meg Geary, she came here. She was privately purchased by Nick and Pauline Felischella out of Woodbine. All systems go, and boy, did she look the part on April 26, winning by 7. Comes back with a nice work in 59-3, and then a tidy little half in 48-3. Just a nice conditioner to tighten her up for this spot. The 2nd spot, I put Susan's Day, another horse that was privately purchased by Cameron Hill. Comes here the day Forrester Barn. They tried her in a stake in the first 3-year-old filly stake, the Ross McLeod. Quattro Cat ran off and hid on all of them that day, winning by 8. I'd like to see Susan's Day on the lead. I think as they go further, she'd be better on the lead, but I'd like to see her on the lead or near the pace. She broke well last time, and Mark Buchanan elected to kind of tuck her in, but I think she should, if she goes, I think she'll be even more dangerous. I got her in the 2nd spot. And Sailing for the Sun, another very impressive winner in the last girls maiden special weight here on May 10th for trainer Robbie Anderson. Out of a good mare, Sail Past. I mean, a 71 buyer. He did get the start into her last year, which I liked. And so she was very professional in her debut this year, 2nd start of her life, and a 71 buyer, absolutely crushed the field. Those are the 3 I think are most dangerous in here sprinting. 5, 4, and 1 for me.
Yeah, I agree with your top 3. I've gone to the 1 though, and I'm going to switch them around a little. I like Sailing for the Sun. I was pretty impressed with the way that she was a little pro Sailing for the Sun in her debut. She broke like a rocket. Richard just took a good hold of her. She had a bit of a challenge, but you can see Richard was riding her confidently, and like he was never flustered when a horse would come to him. And the filly drew away and then won under wraps. It was a nice, easy win in 17 and change, and draws the rail, which is a great spot. probably can keep Meg Geary or Susan Stay from getting the lead, and that's the big thing. That was the only reason I went that way, because all three fillies are talented. They're all gifted, and there's not much between them. But now it'll be a tactical race to see as to who wins, and I just think Hamill and Sailing for the Sun might have the best tactical spot, being down on the rail, and that might be the difference. I put your dad's horse Susan's Day in for second. This horse didn't get the greatest trip in the Ross McLeod, but still, it was just her first race since Tampa, and she's looked good here at the track. Watching her in the mornings, she'll be alive in this spot.
Yeah, she's come back with a nice half in 47 and 1.
And the 5 Meg Geary, as you mentioned off the top, I mean, this horse was amazing in its debut. Did get the lead though, and was far more comfortable on the head end. But I don't know if she's going to get the lead in this race. But she ran fast, 10 and 3. Wow, there's some nice. We got some nice filly. We had some
the 3-year-old filly.
Nice stakes horses here at Hastings again.
The Oaks
this is a good
shaped
division.
up to be a good one. Yeah.
But I went 1, 4, and 5 in the feature event. On to the 7th and final. Got a field of 7, maiden allowance. 3-year-olds, 3 and up, actually going 6.5 furlongs. Ended up on the 2-horse. The odds are good. Ran second to Peace Arch last time, who we'll watch run tomorrow in and on where's a 2 allowance. But the odds are good. Should get the lead in here. Not sure who's getting. There was no rider named as of taping, which is unfortunate. But the odds are good for me as the best. I went the 5 Captain Jones, who followed him around the track last time, and I put the 3-horse Creus in for third. Well-bred son of Finality out of the stakes-winning Damn Excited Miss, which makes this one, of course, Arabella's Muse, full brother, and been working well in the mornings. Jeff Birmingham gets the call, and this one could be live at first asking. And so could the 4, Berard Breeze, who Pedro has been lured to ride for Brian O'Connell. This one's got some nice trials as well. But I went 2, 5, and 3 in the Saturday finale.
I went to the first-time starters. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought the odds are good. I thought it was his race to lose last time, and he just couldn't get the job done. I went to Creus, as you mentioned, a full brother to Arabella's Muse, who we saw run earlier in the card. She ran a big one. She's extremely talented. If a little bit of that rubs off on this one, I like Creus. Same connections, Leif Nordahl, Mike Anderson, Jeff Birmingham rides, and Mike Anderson off to a sensational start here in the 2015 meet. I put Berard Breeze, the Brian O'Connell one. Again, Pedro probably had some options in here. He's probably been working this horse, and he likes him. And I put him in the second spot. And I put Peace River, another one of my dad's. Over the years, my dad's done very well buying horses in Kentucky. He paid more for this one than he usually does.
I know, he went way over budget at 37.
He's usually in the 20s.
He's bought so many brilliant horses.
He's usually in the teens or the 20s.
25 or less.
Yeah, and he went to 37,000 on this Son of Not for Love. And I actually saw him at the farm this winter. He's a good-looking horse. He debuts on the Lasix program. His works look good. David Lopez rides. Lopez really heating up. The thing about the Forester horses, they usually need one. Usually, the first one's kind of for them, and that's why I have him in the third spot. But it'll be interesting to see what he does. I went 3, 4, and 6. First-time starters for me in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the Saturday card. Up next will be our picks. Mike, as always, you'll be up first.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 6. The slate will
Jason,
be
where's the graphics? Come on. There we go.
Look at him. There he goes. I know. Put pressure on these poor guys. I went 6, 1, and 3 in the Saturday opener. Back in race number 2, I went to the 3 Secretarian. Never going to be confused with Secretariat. 3, 5, and 1. In the third race, I went to the 9 Texas Alley Cat, 9, 3, and 4. The first 2-year-old race of the season. In the fourth race, I went to the 3 Lookout Dubai, 3, 1, 5. In the fifth race, number 4 Right to Appeal on the class drop over the 7 Xenia. 4, 7, 5 for me in the fifth. In the sixth race, number 1 Sailing for the Sun over the 4 Susan's Day and the 5 Meg Geary, but a great feature race. And the seventh race and the final, I went the 2, the odds are good. I went 2, 5, and 3. Now on to Drew's picks.
In the first, I went to the 6. Why is the rum gone? Over. Actually, we both have Troy picked to win the early pick 3. That could be the kiss of death report.
I know. We'll hear about it. We'll hear about it from
I went to the 6. Why is the rum gone? Over the 3 and the 1. In the second, the 3 Secretarian over the 5 and the 1. In the third, the 2-year-old race, number 9 Texas Alley Cat over the 2 and the 3. In the fourth, number 3 Lookout Dubai over the 5 and the 1. In the fifth, number 4 Right to Appeal over the 7 and the 3. In the sixth, I went to the 5 Meg Geary over the 4 and the 1. And in the nightcap, the 7th, I went to first-time starter Creus, number 3 over the 4 and the 6.
All right, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. That'll do it for the Saturday edition. Don't forget that we do also race on Sunday, May the 24th. We have 8 races, a lot of allowance races tomorrow on that card. It's going to be a great afternoon.
They put together really good cards this weekend.
We got some good, solid, no stakes races this weekend, but we have a lot of nice allowance races
look like
that we'll be
races,
prepping and we'll be running as stakes races very quickly. Well, on behalf of Drew, thank you very much for tuning in.
Before we go, I just want to touch on, of course, Mark and Farrow won the Preakness. Get your reservations in for Belmont Day.
It's going to be packed here.
Huge one here at the Derby Bar and Grill. 604-536-2978.
Okay, on behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.